Hi, I'm Julie here at Roseville Green Acres Nursery and Supply, and as those temperatures drop overnight, it's time to start thinking about frost protection for your plants that keep their leaves during the winter. In other words, if he goes dormant, don't worry about it. We're just talking about guys with leaves. In general, make sure that that ground is really moist. Ground that's dry lets the plant freeze easier. So when you have a citrus and you know there's a warning, go outside and water the ground really well. Sometimes people hear that they should water the plant. I want that soil nice and wet that fills in those air pockets and it stays warmer. Then, when it's time to cover it, you're looking for a certain kind of material, something that will breathe, which means a sheet of plastic is not wise, and a sheet is usually a really bad idea. That breathes too much, and when it gets wet, it sags onto the plant. Plastic will hold in moisture, and then when it gets cold, it will freeze, actually causing freeze damage to the plant. So you want something that says frost protection cloth on it. And here's the key. You need to cover the whole plant from the top, draping all the way down to the ground, and then attaching it to the ground. What you're making is a little hot air balloon. You're holding in that 2, 3, 4 degrees of temperature that's emanating from the dirt and holding it in here. That's the key. So in other words, if you bunch it up at the trunk, you've lost all the efficiency of the process. All the way down to the ground and out wide, stake down. There's also a couple of other things that you can do when you're doing frost protection. Some things are too big, too gangly, just too odd to cover. In that case, you want to consider something like the wilt stop. Just like this fabric, this is something we also use here at the nursery. And you're going to spray the leaves. It's going to slow down the transpiration rate just enough that the plant doesn't panic and freeze. This is the same product many of you have used in the summer when you were worried about those leaves burning off. Same principle, slow down that transpiration rate so things don't burn off. Suppose, though, you've done everything right, and a few of the leaves do burn. The last thing I want you to do is take off those burned leaves. Leave the icky leaves on there, because that is thermal mass protection against further freezing. So if this guy froze, and I clipped him off, I would only let the freeze go further into the plant, risking the chance of having a plant this size be this size by the time March comes. So leave that icky stuff on, and then do your cleanup in February, mid-February, when things can handle it. Come and see us anytime with your questions, and we have lots of information online as well. And thank you very much.